of America, presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine, with coverage brought to you by Hooked on Driving, Everyday Driver, and the Valente Group, with the 5G brought to you by Eric Hall and Verizon with HPDRE. Ryan and I are still back here at NCM. We got some weather actually starting to kick up. It looks like it was skirting us before, but it looks like it's coming back, and that may play a factor for the afternoon session. We have our first run group about to take off, and then before we start heading out to pit race for tomorrow. And yeah, it's dried out, as you can see, so the times are going to be much faster for the first run group. The autocrossing looks like it is done for today, and yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, we definitely had a lot of the fast boys in the autocross keep one run in their pocket.
They did a bank run right away in case we were going to skedaddle. And then as it started drying out, they did one and, or did a couple, and then they held that one. And yeah, definitely the last run was the fastest as that track dried out pretty quickly. I heard
a lot of the low times were in the very low 21s.
Yeah. And we had a lot of sun for a while, which dried it out really quickly. But again, you can see the winds have shifted, whereas before that system was going this way. Now it's now going this way. And it's coming back toward us. So yeah, we might have the skies opening up here in the first couple of sessions, which is going to be the exact opposite of what we had this morning. We have Dave Ogburn launching his way out. Come on this way so you can actually see. Yeah. As we've talked about, I can't help but wonder if the Tesla's going to run into some issues with their battery, because again, now it's these are some long straights, and there's a lot of performance that's going to be demanded of that car. Can't make it all the way through to the end there.
And Mayfield's co-driver is in the car for the afternoon session.
Clearly, yep.
There goes Mayfield pushing his way along pit road.
Yep.
There's one of the members of Team Hall Pass, Brian Huber and his wife, and their chocolate lab, Daisy.
Oh.
I think.
I confuse Daisy and Brian all the time. There we go. We have Kirk.
Daisy's the sweet one.
And we have, a couple guys from Toyota PE who haven't been here, at least now he's with the 3D printing department, right? So that's Kirk Barber. You think that he's generally known for cutting not hair, but grass. He's done that quite a few times in the Camry, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Yep. Along with Steve Byington. Always good to see Steve. Man, working hard.
So he's appearing to work hard because his wife, who also works at Toyota in Georgetown.
And isn't she the team manager or something?
I believe she is. She is like the head honcho when it comes to PE Motorsports.
And Brian, I don't know if you're feeling what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling some raindrops getting started here.
Yes. I think you jinxed it when you said, looks like we got some weather coming in.
Well, I mean, I didn't really jinx it. I just called what I saw, and yeah, it was right there. So. Again, that looks like a much more substantial front than we had this morning. And it is pushing right toward here behind us. You can see the clouds are widening. So.
Dave Marcus headed out, going up to Dan Neal.
And Dave Ogburn coming up to the start line.
Randy Pope's giving Andy a point by on pit road.
Well, Randy was interesting. We were chatting right before we started coming up here, and he was saying even with the softer sway bar settings, that is not the car to have in the wet. It is just not the right one, not the right weapon here. But that car that Dave Ogburn just took off on, that 911 Turbo S, clearly the right weapon. Anything. It's just, well, that, and he's just a really talented, good driver, and all around nice guy. So I'm happy to see him up at the pointy end.
What's really going to be interesting is if after the first couple of run groups, we have a deluge.
Well,
so,
yeah.
Pretty much really session over
Pretty, yeah.
because you're not going to have.
Nobody's going to go faster. There's not going to be any surprises. What's going to be interesting is just making sure that everybody gets through safely. Because again, the track condition changing, it's always that first few minutes there, especially with these cars already having been out on track in the dry, bringing up those oils, bringing up the rubber, and that's going to make it very, very slippery.
DJ down and away. Did he toot a little front tire coming off of the inside curtain?
I believe he did. And the rain definitely making itself known now. It's starting to pick up in intensity, and it waited just for us to get started, did it not?
Yes, it did.
You know, and we've had this before. In fact, where we're going for tomorrow, we had this happen in.
We don't want to talk about that now.
No, that was. But it is a thing that happened. You know, people went out in their sighting lap, and it was dry, and then it started raining a bit, even on the backside of the track, and that had a real bad result for Catesby in the GTR. You know, you came across, and suddenly there's this running stream of water that you didn't have there 10 or 5 minutes prior.
Yeah, lap 1, day 2, first
Yep.
track event.
Yeah.
And done.
I mean, stuff happens.
And they were shooting for their 3rd consecutive win.
Yep.
And that opened the door for Hugh to
Yes, it
win
did.
that year.
It ain't what it used to be.
No, it ain't.
There you go.
Finishing up lap number 1.
Yep. That Corvette absolutely making some headway though. Chasing him down. I can't help but wonder if the gearing in the Corvette might be a little taller than the Porsche. Porsche accelerating faster, but Corvette I think overall might be a faster top speed or trap speed.
Brownie?
He's whistling pretty good.
All.
Now I think they're taking this opportunity. Obviously, Toyota has done a ton of track days here in time here, so very familiar with this course.
Yeah, this is. I guess you would say this is
This is at home.
PE's
Yeah.
home track.
Yep. Doing really well here. See one of the Kentucky boys going for a run. Peter and DJ coming through.
Oh, it's DJ.
Okay. So what we're hearing is what is coming here is very bad, which is an ominous sign, I think.
So I think our next run group, they're gonna send 8 cars. Well, no, I think
He's pulling
Andy's gonna pull one back.
He's gonna pull JD back. It looks like.
I think JD was trying to sneak in and get his run in the dry because it looks like he's.
So
sending
here's
Scotty back too.
here's what's going on now. So we've got a high-risk area: Nashville, Tennessee; Clarksville, Tennessee; Murfreesboro; Bowling Green, Kentucky; and Franklin, Tennessee. So this is what our storm is kind of looking like now, and we are smack dab in the middle of that, or at the bottom right of it, I should say.
Just glad we're going.
Yeah, we are going north and east out of it, but you know, it depends on if that actually tracks up with us. So we'll see where that goes. You know, you look at where we are right now, there's some heavy fronts just to the right of us here. And this is coming our way, it looks like. So it's a very interesting system that's popping up. Seems like some storm chasers have been spotted up in the area here, so that's never a good sign.
Just as long as it's not Jim Cantori.
That's, well, you can do your impression later, perhaps. We'll see. But yeah, we've had weather events the 3 days in a row now.
Yeah.
Well, I guess high plains,
We had tumbleweeds.
tumbleweeds, and heavy wind. And then, well, on that transit, we had the storms that night.
Yep.
Yesterday was uneventful, thankfully. just our detour. Well, we were talking earlier in the week saying that Wednesday was supposed to be an interesting day.
And it appears to be.
It seems it's going to be.
An interesting day.
Yep.
We're coming down, looks like we've got the Evora.
Yeah.
One to go.
With the E-Ray, wipers going on, so clearly enough precipitation to get those automatic wipers going on.
Flare posts and plywood.
Very nice.
I have no idea what it means.
It's the cumulative time, which is what they're looking at.
Raindrops are getting.
Yeah, they are. They are. I'm so glad I folded up my jacket and put it away.
All I have to do is run into there and grab mine.
I can get mine. It's not like I'm incapable of unfolding it. And I think we're about to get a heck of a window washing. This is This is going to be really, really interesting. The temp.
About 5 degrees in the past 30 seconds.
Yeah, you're not joking, because it is getting chilly, and you feel that breeze picking up. Yeah, that front is just about on top of us. Just as the first group is finished, this is not going to bode well for the subsequent groups. And you know, Brian, what's interesting is that if this becomes an electric storm, and if they're not able to finish the second group, because we already determined we're not going to wait here very long, because we do have a long transit, this run group may wind up not even counting.
Yeah.
So if we can't get, so everybody who's watching and listening to this, if we can't get an entire run group in, it's an unfair competition advantage, and we just let the whole thing go. And then what's really interesting is the cars who ran have now abused their tires at speed for more than the cars who haven't. So it's that so that it's a gamble right now.
Yes, it is.
Do you get the advantage of having the dry track for a little bit, or is it going to be all for naught? Can go any way right now. We have no idea. That's part of the adventure here, right? Hello, GRM. How you doing?
Good. The rain.
Stop the rain dance. That, of course, Mr. Sutter, right?
Yep.
The other Mr. Sutter's son,
Yep.
who's now giving him the reins, correct? He is now,
I believe Tim has pretty much stepped back and handed things off.
Have at it,
to
Junior.
Tom.
Yep.
Don't screw it up.
That's right. Yeah.
But he does have a good team there in Daytona to help him out with JG.
Absolutely. Yep.
And people that have been with GRM.
Oh, forever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they've had any real new faces for a while. I mean, it's the same guys that have started for quite some time.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time there was somebody new. Oh, we're missing Rob. It said missing 21.
Huh.
So Rob Bowen.
Oh, and the rain is absolutely starting. Here, I think we're about to open up and head back inside for this one, because as you can see from the ground here, it is now starting to rain rather hard. It's a downpour. Oh no, this is just as they take off for their second run group. Come on, let's go and show them this. I see a tow truck backing up. Not sure what for, but there are some cars still by the autocross waiting, it looks like. I don't know if somebody had an issue, but let's see what's going on outside now. But I can hear the rain. It is an absolute downpour. Let's get you back here. Holy moly.
It's like we got ourselves a natural disaster here.
Wow. And just like that, the track is full wet condition.
Yep.
Look at that.
We had
Unbelievable.
so many people that were looking forward to a dry track this afternoon, and
That is not
except for run group number 1,
Yep.
that ain't happening.
Yeah, let's wow, wow, wow. And you can just see how quickly the track conditions have changed. I'll try and zoom in under the staff car here. You can see that dry patch under there, which is what it was 30 seconds ago. Now the track's slippery, slippery. This is not going to go well. You know, Brock usually likes this, but when it goes the other way.
Exactly.
Oh my. Oh my, oh my. And it's going to be very interesting if the rain just kind of, this burst stops for a moment, but I doubt it, looking what's coming from behind there.
And look, this is actually just one blob,
Yeah, here, why don't we-
and then there's a split and another blob.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because the stuff under us sort of keeps coming around, and then we've got all that stuff to the west, which is coming our way too. So, and that's the one where they have all the severe warnings for. But it kind of looks like, has the rain just stopped? Was this just a really heavy sprinkle and it just wet the track? Because I don't see any raindrops hitting on the metal there. Do you?
No, I don't.
I think we may. Do we go back out and see if it's?
We can go back out and BJ Thomas it.
Yeah, let's go
Start thinking
see.
raindrops keep falling on my head.
Let's go see, because if so, talk about bad luck. I mean, just before them taking off, then let's go see. It has completely stopped. It was somebody turned the faucet on.
It feel the temperature.
And now it's warm again. Yes, now it's getting warm. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And just in time for Randy Popes to go out. So what's really interesting is, Brian, we've been talking about this all week. You know, that car, the previous winner here of Tom O'Gorman and Shalil in that Porsche, we've been saying that that's that, you know, differential of performance starting with that car. And now not only do they have to deal with that, they have to contend with a wet track. Oh, goodness gracious. That is terrible luck. I don't see it either.
And they were supposed to be
Yeah. I see wipers still on, but that heavy, heavy rain that just opened up a moment ago, gone. It was just like somebody said, I don't like this run group, and just sprinkled it down.
I'm just wondering if they did not get the memo that we were going early.
Oh, I think they did. I mean,
But with those two, sometimes the memos go in and out
that's true.
real quickly.
NSX getting really wide on the, coming out of that corner. Up, here we go. What on earth? Yeah. Your run group is out now. This is insane.
Yeah, to say the least.
So where? Wow, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, where it truly just poured cats and dogs for 2 minutes, yeah, and then stopped. But I do feel the temperature starting to drop again a little bit. That's Shalil coming around there. Wonder where they are.
Probably went to Ruth's Chris for lunch.
Yeah. Brian renewing the extended warranty on his car.
Yep. My car has a 212-digit VIN code.
I mean, I hear cars on track. What about you? Wonder who else is there. I would recommend hurrying up and getting to the front so this way you can let them know that you are unaware in the overflow. All right, here's Randy getting chased down by the NSX. Clearly, that you can see the dry line starting to form now, exactly where they are, but Randy having to use a lot more braking than that NSX to try and keep that Camaro on track. And here's Tyler, or at least one of the Kentucky boys. It seems as though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder if he's been here before.
Maybe.
Hey.
He's done it on the simulator.
There's the Bandit there, and as we saw, suffering from some tire wear. We're going to follow that throughout the remainder of the week.
Yeah, that's going to be quite interesting.
Yep.
Especially on the transits if we get more inclement weather.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all-wheel drive, and that's the front tire that we were looking at. So, but do you feel what I feel, Brian? That temperature is shifting again, getting colder. They came around at 12:14, telling people 30 minutes. Getting a little sideways coming out onto the main straight for Andy.
Yeah. That's a check the flag.
Yep.
It seems like the car just keeps going
Yep.
and going
Yep.
and going.
For sure. And here's the NSX that got around Randy.
He did. And look
So-
at the gap he's
I
pulled.
know, in one lap. That's
That's 5 seconds.
yeah, easily. 2.5, 2.5. Yep. And then here's Tyler. Winding down now. So they're gonna pack up and get ready to head to pit race. Bandit coming around to finish off his session. You just hear Tyler all the way down there.
I know. You've already taken the checkered flag.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Well, I think that is chilling out. It's just really loud.
Tornado watch for Bowling Green until Wednesday at 9 p.m.
Oh my. And here we go. I see Mark Mattice. Looking to the sky right now, you can see clear back there, but up here, something wicked this way comes. It's just, this is what we saw, you know, if you were following us on Instagram the other day, it's these dark, dark clouds and that line, that storm line coming through, and you can see it just straight through here, that big, big line. That goes all the way down, and that's really what we're concerned with. Here we go. Third run group now taken to the track, and Brian, do you see what I see down through the track here? It is a dry line.
Yes, it is.
All throughout now, so really it is that, so you can see clearly that dry line all throughout there, and that is what the second run group was kind enough to make for the third run group. Yep. It's very nice of them, right? We've got Mark Mattice, we've got that Caddy, CTSV. And it was interesting because before Mark was going out after, but I think Mark got him in the wet this morning. Right, there you go, Nick Amato.
Cody did not want to run the afternoon session, so Mark said,
oh boy, so we just got a hail report heading our way. The cell has a tornado warning as well. That's what you received on your watch.
Tornado watch.
Okay, well, we've got a warning coming our way now, and again, so you look up, and it is that whole line here, which is something that you see, and that's generally what you get when you start getting all that hot air getting sucked up and into the to the atmosphere, and then you get that hook that'll start to develop from that, and then we start getting those really nasty storms. But the temperature is definitely dropping again.
Yep.
Brian checking the radar.
It looks like this cell is a little ways away.
Yeah. But how quickly is it moving is the question.
That I don't know yet. Let's see.
Because I'm looking up, and it's moving at a pretty good clip for a big storm, and you can see to our south, or to our west, I guess, all of the rain that's coming this way. All right, so starting off the third run group, we're going to have JD Cruel, and then we've got the BBC Corvette. And there you got the Subaru of 10,000 PSI,
10,000 turbo.
10,000 turbos. Followed by Kevin's GT500 and the green, what did we call it? Oh, Kermit. Kermit. There we go. Hello. Hi-ho. There we go. JD out and away. Let's see what the Corvette's got. Corvette sending it.
He sees that dry line and
He's holding to it, yep. Absolutely.
The thing louder than the tires.
This is the turbo.
It's the
Blow off.
blow-off.
Can't get purchase off the line. Still spinning the wheels. I know that feeling in that car. Did it at Putnam the whole time it was, you know, going from changeable conditions in the afternoon. We'll be back there in 2 days at Putnam. And then we've got Kermit. It's not easy being green. Still running a lot of angle of attack on that wing. I wonder if he had set when it was raining and didn't trim it down.
Because, you know, let's leave it just
In case. That may not be a bad tactic.
In the garage,
Out of the way. And again, you can see through the contrast of the camera, we've got rain starting to come down in the background, that it is moving this way. So it is only a matter of time. Maybe we'll get one more run group with trying conditions, I think, before it may start raining again.
I know there's one hoping to get 2 more run groups.
Oh, that's sure. And I see Rob down there and Daryl in the parts farm hiding in the bottom right, or the middle of our screen, I should say, to the right. And Mark Mattice, I'm sure, is going to hope that it dries out a little bit more here before he goes out.
Yes, indeed.
But it is gamble today, isn't it? And I see even more rain now starting to develop. Yep. So I guess that's, let's see here. So that would be to the east of us. So that's to the west of us, right? So that would be to the north.
Yep, that's northwest.
Yep.
See it just to the left of the dome at the Corvette Museum.
Oh my. We have Kevin coming down.
Super hard rain.
Yeah.
Of how quickly a dry line developed. Hopefully, I guess there was enough heat remaining in
Absolutely.
the pavement.
And the cars coming through. I mean, remember, our second run group, they're not slouches either.
No, they're not.
So with it kicking up, you know, and again, it wasn't like there was standing water. It just soaked the track and made it slippery enough to just really hamper everybody's attempt to try and, you know, give it everything they had. So very unfortunate.
Super finishing lap number 1. That little Subi is hung around.
It's punching above its weight.
It is punching way above its weight.
And it's hanging in there.
Yes, it is.
JD. with the BBC. Coming down for 3. With the Subi, he's not gained anything. He hasn't lost anything. He's pretty much just where we started, so holding his own.
Not giving up anything at
No.
all to Gavin.
Nope.
And here he comes just onto the front stretch. You would expect fast parts for the Shelby to make up a lot of time, but
Not much.
He was nice and nimble in
Right.
the twisties, which
Yeah.
is really what most of this track is.
Well, the Shelby can put the power down on the sweepers. It can put the power down on the straights for sure, no question about it. But in places like the bowl, I'm sure he's got to be super patient through there. In places like turn 1 and 2 there, he's got to be super patient through there. And then again, through 6, 7, 8, he's going to have to be patient. Where it closes up where the Subaru just came out of there. I mean, that's another section where it's a lot of patience to get that power down and really be able to capitalize on what that car can offer. I think that's one of those loud Camaros doing the autocross right now.
Yep.
And what's interesting is, whoa, super wide. So, Brian, I don't know if you've seen what I'm seeing, but if you look up, it seems to be pushing now to the north, as opposed to right toward us where it was just a few moments ago. So, Mark might luck out.
So the lightning strike 13 miles away.
13 miles away. Well, my guess is it's down there where you can see that huge cloud of water, that wall of water coming down. And look, the tarmac now, even in pit, you can see it drying out very, very quickly. Brock absolutely loving this.
Brock absolutely paying no attention to us.
That's true. I'm not in yoga pants.
Yeah. That content reserved exclusively for One Lap After Dark members. Sign up today.
So I just got an email from a bidder for the Brock Yates plaque, presented to Brock Yates. You know, the whole the one that was hanging up in Brock Yates Senior, in Wyoming. Only cars content, Claire says. That's opted for $250 now, so we're going to go ahead and make that adjustment. But yeah, absolutely, we're going to try and feature it more prominently as we start the second half of the week and the second half of the competition. I updated everything last night in the vehicle, and I'm being given a few more items that we'll keep adding here, but the stuff that's on there now, please, by all means, go to the One Lap of America Facebook page and make sure that you are checking out the Instagram page and hit the link for the auction items and shoot us an email with a bid, you know, preferably a high one, so this way we can continue to raise money for the Brock Yates Memorial Fund, all the dollars going to the Alzheimer's Association to fund research for a cure.
It's a nice little collection that I put together over the winter that if I'm able to duplicate it, I'm going to make one and put it up for auction next year. It's the Tops back in 2009 did a Tops and Ginter, Allen and Ginter card set. And it Brock was featured prominently, and there were 4 cards that you could get. There was a proof card, And then we had a card that actually had a swatch of one of his jackets.
Okay.
Then you had a card that was signed in blue, which was one of 243. And then there was a card that was signed in red, which was one of two. And I looked up and found number 62. But I have yet to find another one available for sale.
So anybody out there, if you have one and you want to do something, do some good with it, get in contact with us, One Lap of America or officialoloa@gmail.com, and we can complete that set and put it up for auction. So. There we go. That's what we're talking about.
You guys want to look at that?
Oh, and there you go. That is the set. It's Yep.
This is the screwiest weather.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, uncanny.
You think it's absolutely going to dump on you.
Yeah.
And it does for 90
Yeah.
seconds.
Yep. I mean, you can see off to the distance, it's just all rain.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be, we just got a little stray bit of it here.
But I guess that the Bowling Green bubble, it hit it and it's
deflected now.
Yeah. It's rotating around. And that's what the guys in control said this morning, that the weather would come and it would just
bounce off.
It hit a business room.
Yep.
Mr. Neil Simon, great one-lapper and American playwright.
Now, what plays might people be familiar with?
I don't know what all plays Neil Simon.
We should look that up, or at least make stuff up. What about like Green Eggs and Ham?
That's Dr. Seuss.
Is he Dr. Seuss? We should start a rumor. Neil Simon as Dr. Seuss. Mark Mattice off and away. That's actually Cody now.
Nope.
No, it's Mark?
Yep.
Oh.
Cody didn't want to run.
Okay.
So Mark said if it was dry, he was going to put it on kill.
Well, let's see, because it's dry enough to do so.
Neil Simon, a wonderful place such as Brighton Beach Memoir, Biloxi Blues.
Biloxi Blues, really? Okay.
Boston Yonkers and the Goodbye Girl.
No kidding. All right, Neil.
And folks, of course, we realize that that's not the same Neil Simon. But just play along. Down and away.
Yep. Mark John through.
And that looks like maybe Doug.
It's really strange. I didn't think he'd be a playwright because I saw him misspell his name on his way in here today. So it's Mark giving it the full send. I see him hustling that M4 competition in the back there. Look at him go.
Hey, Nick, what's the matter with
Phew.
you? Nick Mata and Bart Racing actor. Taking off on his first of 3 laps. Now we got the Cozart there. Cayman. Solomon's favorite Porsche Frunk.
Mm-hmm. It's lovely. I think I move in on next Tuesday. What are you bringing
Were
me
you
as a
able to get a long-term lease?
It depends. I'll let you know how this day goes.
Okay. These Toyota kids just can't stand still.
They can't. What is it? Always moving forward? Is that there?
Moving forward.
Moving forward. There we go. Mark already coming around to finish lap 1. He is on a mission to make up for this morning. He wasn't very happy with himself. I think he should be very happy with this run. He's absolutely making hay while the sun isn't shining, but the track is at least dry. Really pulling away from the Michelin Cadillac CTS-V. Mark already coming around the back as he comes into turn 1, so that in and of itself shows you that gap extending.
I think he topped the Cadillac by about 6 positions.
He did,
this
in
morning.
the wet.
As I
Yep.
see
Yep.
Off on the horizon, I just saw a bolt of lightning.
Okay.
So maybe we can get these
Last 2 runs
last
in here.
two run
Yep.
groups in.
Well, we're at 46 anyhow right now, so we're going to be butting up against the hour with the next run group anyways.
Yes, we will.
So, yep, hooked on driving Northeast, flexing their muscles, absolutely.
Mark John, as
Giving us
always,
the flash.
flashing the headlights. Mark John's like, hello, I'm here.
Stepping it into turn 1 gingerly. Oh, look. Hello, Neil.
No. I was told this is where the cool kids hang out.
We were just discussing the plays that you haven't written.
Oh.
American treasure.
Or at least the treasure box.
Nick, using those inside curves on the bus stop there.
My very quick apartment.
Seems nice and quiet, too.
It is. No noisy neighbors. Mark closing down the gap. Mark is hustling. Oh my. Going into turn 1 as the Cayman just gets out of turn 3. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Mark is on full attack mode right now. Hooked on driving.
Cadillac is just coming onto the
Caddy's
front stretch.
that is an amazing, amazing job here. Let's see how we look through the back. We should see Mark coming around shortly, right after. Yep, climbing the hill.
So, mostly food manufacturing process facilities, but you can think, like grocery store has distribution centers.
And there he goes. Along turn 6, coming out. Let's see how close they're getting. There's the Cayman right now. And there's Mark right there. I think we're going to be on the same sort of mid-straight. I can't even call it a back straight there. So there's the Cayman. We go on. So roughly 10 seconds back from the Cayman right now. We leave him out at about 15 to 20 seconds, so he is definitely catching up on lap 2. So if you too want to learn how to get that fast in your M4 competition, head over to hookedondriving.com. Pick a track day, stop stealing cars in the paddock here, and you can start your road to the one lap of America, track driving, and just high-performance driving education. So,
Thank you, Rob.
www.hookedondriving.com. You're welcome, Mary. Thanks for tuning in. Here we go. Here's that Cayman. And there's Mark. Both on the same straight, but coming around to take the checkered. Is that checkered or 3? This is lap 3 now, right?
Mark took the checker. The Cayman was just taking.
Oh, that's right,
one
because
to go.
he was the last
Mark
car.
went off first.
That was right. So the gap was even greater than 15 seconds.
It was.
So, wow, my math incorrect at first.
And here comes the cat.
And here's the caddy. Transit's Nightmare taking us to Pit Race, a track that you have been to, 2016. As I don't think she was here, was she? We were here in 16, or weren't we? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I think so.
It seems like it.
I don't know, but all of a sudden a song is stuck in my head. And I can't get it out.
What is it, Bri? Why don't you hum it?
Nope.
No. It's bleeding. All right. So we've got enough time here to sit through one more run group.
Yeah, I feel raindrops.
I feel raindrops too. And look down there. Look down there, right over there. There is some huge weather coming in. That is just a wall of water down there that is pushing this way. But you can see here, it's pretty decent. There, not so much. So absolutely heading this way. Some big raindrops again, starting to pitter patter on the ground. So I think everybody waiting in line is going to see on their windshield and are going to be getting very anxious to get out on track right now before things start degrading. Much like the quality of the conversation in our broadcast. Just deteriorating as we go. All right. Finally have the last car through for this run group.
So this run group, it could end
This
up
is-
being very sketch.
This is going to be interesting.
Really?
And look at that rising cloud down there as well. That's,
I noticed that too.
yep, it's starting to billow. Wow. Lightning again caught on the live stream right down there. So that is getting close. It's, I don't know, Neil. Neil shouting to the gods up there saying stop.
Anti-rain dance.
He's been saying, his wife's been saying that to him forever. But
Blow it back up.
he's been saying that forever too, but that's fine. But that's, you know. Yes, this is not made for kids. All right, Rob out and away. Neil's got that pretty red MX-5 down there. What's the matter? Hey!
Pretty dirty.
You like him dirty, Neil. The rain is steadily intensifying just as they go out. Neil even put his jacket on. That was a bad, oh, more lightning in the background too. As that rain, as that front gets ever closer, sending him out now, not even waiting that long. We are trying to get this run group in. But yeah, rain steadily increasing.
Which one of your characters from The Odd Couple do you most identify with?
Do I have to admit that?
Yes. I knew it. I knew it. I knew he was a Felix guy.
I get the feeling this next run group is not going to have a very dry track. Because the rain, if you put your hand out, Bri, it's increasing in its pace. I'm ahead, Madhu. Wait, we're not ready for the double. There you go.
Whoa.
We hear thunder now. Last time we heard the thunder, we shut down promptly as well. This might be interesting, folks. Now, if that whole system just comes and sits on here and we have to wait a long time, we're almost halfway through.
Yes, we are.
So that would mean that if the rest of the session can't go off, everything doesn't count.
That's right.
So it could be very interesting.
Fortunately, I can't hear you, Solomon.
We're talking about you, only you. All Neil, all the time.
So it'll just get, second session will get canceled and we all pack up and leave?
Yep.
What a nice line. That's what Mike's.
More lightning down there, definitely getting more electrical as it draws closer to us. And again, once we get within that 5 mile window, it's going to shut down. So this is touch and go. Rob coming up to the start line. And this is where we talk about that gamble right now, because now we're back at the same point where we were in that first and second run group. Is it going to be passing by quickly? Can they get started this afternoon if it does start raining, if we have to shut down? And if so, can he finish this session before the rain really gets heavy?
That's right.
You know, can all these participants finish off before? If I were them, I'd be hustling to this line. I would not be taking my time coming to start finish. I would be getting a move on to make sure that I get as much dry track as possible. He's going to send them, get this underway, get him off the line. You know,
Car 7 just coming on that front stretch.
all right. More lightning in the background there. Every time we turn around, we're seeing it. Let's get these cars off and away so at least we can have a safe run group, and then we can at least have not changeable track conditions, but at least we can know what we're going out in.
Well, so we have to go back to camp.
Okay, yeah. Oh, so you stayed up, so we get a 70 on 7.
The thunder intensifying in frequency and volume as it draws closer. That front just to the north of us right now, skirting us, and it looks like we have some edges of it coming over us right now. As we look up, you can see some of that storm system coming over us, but you know, it's going to be interesting here.
I'm not going to lean on the rail any longer.
Why?
Just in case.
More lightning in the background again. I mean, this is the case for sandbagging. Is it really going to help you? That Fields Auto Cardinal Coupe down there getting ready to go out. As Neil's car majestically sets off for its first of 3. Followed by the pasta chomping, Fiat loving station wagon from Ferrari. Hey, Delusso. We are gonna go quickly down to the turn 1. All right, oh boy, here we go. All cars are being called to the front. We are gonna try and send them in rapid fire here so we can get it in. Rob, now, he's going to want to push hard right now, because if they're going to try and get all the cars in, these times are going to count, and as this track is going to start to deteriorate in terms of its grip level again, he's going to want to get as much dry as he can in here. "59 minutes, 19 seconds into the broadcast, and it is hotting up and getting wet at the same time. The rain, you can see, yeah, well, it's cooling off, but the action's hotting up. You can see the wipers on the cars now as they're coming down the front straight, so clearly collecting some rain, and sure enough, you know, we look at the ground again and you can see those spots starting to appear as the rain is on its way. No question about it, it's going to be wet. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We call this ABS weather, on, off, on, off, on, off. Just hitting the hour mark, and all this exciting coverage today brought to you by Hooked on Driving, Everyday Driver, and the Valente Group. Eric Call, thank you very much, and Verizon with HPDRE for that 5G hotspot, so we can bring you all this unfolding action here at the 2024 Tire Rack One Lap of America, presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine. And the rain is on. Somebody has turned the tap on a little bit more. Here we go. Here we go. Just a little bit of dry going away now. That sprinkle is turning into more of a trickle. Getting a little chillier again. And here we go. And you can see the rain now all the way in the back corner there of that track. That dry line has disappeared. And we see all the way back in the distance. Yep. That is not a cloud. That is the edge of a front. That's now joining with the other. I think that's what you saw on your phone. And here we go. We've got Rob trying to chase down the Ferrari right now. So first, he's going to start his third lap while the Ferrari's finishing his first lap, right? So Rob pushing hard to try and capitalize with whatever he can, but they've got to be careful when they start getting to the back of this field now, or the back of the track, because it is wet. It is super wet. Clean pass. Steve knows what he's doing. A very experienced driver, both in the Viper Series and the one lap and just in general, making sure he's not holding up Rob, who's pushing hard, as is everybody. But the rain, constant, steady, and increasing in tempo. Oh man, just enough. That dry line still there a little bit through turns 1 through 4, but it is disappearing on the back. There is no dry line now. So this is a tale of two tracks at the moment. And this day has been a tale of two weather systems. I think, Brian, if we are really in the wet now, if we see a lightning strike, it's going to be close, and that's going to shut things down, I'm going to venture to say, because we are really in the thick of it now. You can see where we're standing. It is getting much wetter back there. You know, no dry spots. Whereas before in the pit area, you had seen that dry area. Now there's none. So I'm going to say this lap's going to be significantly slower for the cars out on track, even though their tires got warmed up. And there's the thunder, so, whoo boy. We are getting pelted with rain here. It is getting colder, no doubt about it. There's that front, which is descending on top of us. Yep. And that should be the checker for them, no? Or is that lap 3? They're beginning. Well, here's Rob. This should be his checkered flag now, and it is. Rob Bowen with the Parts Farm taking the checkered flag. Only got about 1 1/4 laps in before the sky started opening up. Steve Loudon coming through. Yep, starting his third. So Rob did a great job of hustling around to try and capitalize on whatever dry was left. The rain constant, not as heavy as it was before, but it seems to be longer in frequency and duration. The lightning. Well, let's pan back there.
Triple strike.
Oh wow. Brock Yates Jr. probably loving this. Or not so much, because now we got to figure out. In fact, I see some people, well, they might be spectators finishing off. And as that goes, as do we will keep in touch with everybody via Instagram and the other socials in terms of what is going on. But the rain is picking up a little bit of intensity. I don't know if we're going to stay out of this one. 10-minute hold. We are on a 10-minute hold, so that is official. We are going to be and there's lots of lightning back there again. So we are going to call the coverage here for right now. So Brian, if you'll hold that. This has been quite the afternoon here at the National Corvette Museum Motorsport Park here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. As the rain continues, we're going to wrap it up here I'm Solomon, that's Brian. This is the 2024 Tire Rack One Lap of America presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine. Coverage brought to you by Hooked on Driving, Everyday Driver, and the Valente Group. Eric Hall, thanks so much for this, but we need an umbrella right now, not a hot spot. So we'll talk with you soon. Take care. Neil, I'd get inside if I were you.